This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Very few games come across my table that, I hate saying that, my table. Let's get it on the table. Very few games come across here that I really just stop. They stop time. This little game out of nowhere, for me at least, I received last week, and I decided to take a look at it. It was an interesting type of premise, and that is Halls of Hegra. Okay, we're going to go down and take a look at this. I'm not going to explain all the rules. I'm going to explain what goes on here and why this is so fascinating. And then we'll come back and we'll get some of my thoughts on it. Okay, I'm not going to explain all the rules, but you've got 12 turns to basically survive. You have this little mountain castle or area that you're going to be defending. The Norwegians are, but the Germans are coming, and they are going to overpower you. And there's no doubt about it. The neat thing about this game, and the thing that is absolutely fascinating, I find fascinating about it, is how it works in general. It's just a fantastic little game. You're going to lose this game here if you ever get to unconditional surrender before the last turn here. You're going to be trying to keep that down, but you're also going to be working with morale, because morale is going to help you in different ways. But the way this game is played and the way things are done is every section is taken care of first. Like right here, you have a mobilization. If you're over here, there's a little mobilization area, and it has these two German symbols. This here is a whole nother track here, because up here are supplies, and you're going to be trying to send people up there, but the Germans are coming, and you've got to be careful, because if you run into them, you're going to have to fight them, which you're going to be outmanned and so forth and so on. So you're going to have to be real smart in this area and try to remove them or kill them with your guns, but you've got to fix your guns first. So you're going to be drawing some of these figures out, and if you ever get these, which is doubt, it's going to stop you, and that's going to be it. But you're going to have a certain number depending on how many you draw. You'll have them ready in your ready section. Okay, the game, you start with a couple, and then you're going to draw some. As you use these, and you're going to have different ones. These are army, these are recruits, volunteers. Excuse me. You have a general that's in this bag. Let me pull some of these out here. You've got the medics. Of course, I can't pull the general out because, there we go. An officer out, which are going to give you certain benefits in certain areas. Like if you put an officer here, that's not going to help you, but you need to put two guys here. So on the next turn, you are going to, once you get all your recruits here, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but we'll deal with that at first. Okay, mobilization is the first part. Okay. And you're going to constantly be using bags. Like for instance, there's two guys here. You're going to draw two guys out, and you are going to put them. You're going to roll a die onto where they go, and they will go in certain areas. For instance, if we had two guys there, we still have a clear path here. Everything's going to depend on weather and how much you can move. So when you assign your guys, which is going to be in the first phase here, you're going to be, this is the work replacement part, where you're going to be putting your guys out certain spots, but you got to be smart, because there's only certain things that you want to do. A lot of stuff starts broken, so you're going to have to fix it and repair it. Do you want to use the repair action? Well, if you use two guys here, you can repair, but that only leaves a certain amount. I need to send somebody for supplies, okay? And it's sunny out, and I can move 6, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get up here, which is perfect. And then on the next turn, I can try to get back. But the weather can change at any moment, and it depends on these cards. You're going to draw one disc from the bag, recruit bag, and place it in your reserve, which is fantastic, because that's going to help you. Okay, but you have certain things that can happen. Oh God, it's snowy, so it's snowing, so you can only move 1 to 4, and if you take one of the supplies and only come back 4, there's a chance that you might get caught up with the Germans depending on where they land here. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen. You're also going to want to either shovel snow. So you have a track here. If you ever get to here, you get to flip over one of these things that can help you. New supplies, gain 2 supplies. Supply is huge. And I'll tell you why in a moment. So after you do all your replacement and decide what you're going to do, maybe we're going to fire on these 2 Germans. You're going to put somebody here. You're going to have to put a certain number of people. And then you'll be able to take certain people out. Especially early on. But there's a chance that the gun will jam. And when it jams, that becomes a problem because then you have to put somebody there to repair it and so forth and so on. So there's a lot of different things going on. You could pick different things, as I said, as you snow removal. You can promote somebody up. You can inspire, which is really great because instead of 2, you could just put this guy. He counts as 2 here. So you move the morale marker up, which will help you draw some of these cards. And some of these cards can really help you out, especially early on. Mobilization, first attack. Move 2 defenders from tired area to the ready area. I'm glad it said that. Because after you go through everything here and you figure everything out, after you go through your firing artillery, you would check, see how that goes. Supply run. If you had somebody here, you would say, okay, I'm going to send somebody out to do a supply run. You would then go to maintenance. Like I said, you would fulfill all that. Then infirmary, which comes later in the game when you're being attacked and sieged. Okay, and then you figure out your morale check. You figure everything out, make sure everything's good, and then you take all your workers off, and they go into the tired area. Okay. And this is where supplies come in, because as you get more supplies in, which are these yellow markers, and it can go anywhere from 1 to 5 to 10, and there's certain markers here. Like I can take 4 guys out if I use 1 supply. I use 1 supply, I could take any 4 guys out and move them to the ready section. And then I could start drawing from the bag. But as more doubt comes into this, it makes it harder because the more guys you get out, there's more doubt in there, and that's going to cause a problem. As you move, you're going to flip this over as this moves up, and you move up to attack and siege. Well, you're going to be under siege, okay? And then you've got these army guys that are going to be coming in here, okay? And then you're going to be rolling a die to see where they go. So we got 2 guys there, a 5, which it means I'm going to take a hit. And I better make sure that I have some people up defending on this wall. Okay? This is where the tower defense part comes in. Okay? Doesn't matter who I have there. I'm gonna take a hit. Okay? So who's gonna get hit? This guy. Where's he gonna go in the infirmary? Well, you roll a die. 5. Perfect. So he's gonna take up the first bed. When we go and we cycle through, you move 1 up, and then the patient is treated and can go back into the reserve area. If they're here and all these beds are filled and you have this area and things come down here, you start losing guys. They start dying on you. That's not cool. You're going to be trying to get these so you can start finding different things like the radio that'll come in here. That'll come handy, and of course it comes broken. And as it becomes another work replace area that you can use and utilize that ability. And this is going to constantly keep on going up until the last stand, and hopefully you can survive it. It is one of the most intriguing games I've ever played. Now, when things go bad and you have low morale, you're going to be pulling a low morale card, which is going to be disastrous and make things even tougher. I didn't talk about suspicion, counter patrols, all these other little nuances. You can add a second gun. There's a medicine cabinet here that can help you out. A map room, which can make things a little bit easier for you. But you are constantly under threat and fire. Not to mention air assaults that you're going to be dealing with. Trying to get supplies, trying to hold on, trying to fend off. It is one of the most intriguing and most interesting games I've played in a long, long time. This does so much. It has a Euro feel to it, but it doesn't feel that way. You have your work replacement, your tower defense, your bag building. Um, I didn't even talk about misses that can go into your hit bag because you're going to pull something out in your hit bag as well to cause problems. That'll cause additional problems. This. And then, the cards. Once you go to the first attack, you're going to be drawn from this deck. Siege. First siege, this deck. Second siege, this deck. And then your last stand, you have 3 cards, which basically, it doesn't matter which 3 come out. It's not good, folks. It's not good. And the patrols get more, and you get more guys in this area. And you're trying to get your guys, you're trying to get people healed here. In the infirmary, there's so many things going on. It has such a theme and a realistic feel. It really is something special. And I just wanted to give you a quick overview. I think I'm going to try, maybe, hopefully, over the holidays, do a live play of this, because I really, I think you're going to be interested to see where this ends up in my year-end awards. So, let's go up top and get some final thoughts and get on out of here. Unbelievable game. Unbelievable game. I know it seemed a little scatterbrained when I was just kind of going over things, but the best way to explain how this works is to do it while you play. And either I'm going to tape a playthrough or do a live playthrough, but I'm telling you, all the things that are going on, there are so many things going on, and yet you think it'd be too much for one person to handle, and yet because of the way it goes and the way everything is put together, and on the back of the manual it actually shows you, okay, you go to step 1, here are the things that you do, and you got that little area there where you're going to work your way through everything, the mobilization and so forth and so on, and depending on what section you are in, a turn number you're in, whether it's mobilization, attack, first siege, second siege, and last stand. And as you go through each step and you make the decisions that you make, you become more absorbed into this game. This is surprising. It surprised me and is absolutely a candidate for game of the year for me. And I really am blown away by it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's something that you guys should really try to get your hands on. It's a real surprise for me, along with a lot of other things that have been such great surprises this year. Halls of Hegra came late, but I played enough of it over the last week or so that I can't stop playing or thinking about this game. This is something special, and this is something that I really think you should really take a good hard look at. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.